Okay, so the next item is up to Jeff. It's our general manager's report.
Yes, good morning, board. It's great to see so many people here today to join us for this meeting and provide some input as well. Today's report really is about giving some information on some upcoming projects, but also to address some rumors in relation to policy and procedures. You know, one of the biggest challenges we have from a staffing standpoint and the board as one of your goals is communication and information. Trying to make sure that the community has as much information as possible, as many facts as possible, so you can draw conclusions based on what actually is going on in reality of things. I know right now there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of concern about different initiatives, different programs. Before jumping to conclusions, we want to have that information out there. The biggest and the best way to do that is if you are a club, if you are a resident, if you have questions, if you are faced with a situation of ABC, you're not sure what your club should do in relation to a planned event. You have questions about the pickleball project, questions about any item. The best thing you can do is to reach out to staff, reach out to myself, reach out to the board through GRB at Rossmore and ask those questions. We will respond. We'll get you information for you to then make your decisions and draw conclusions with. One of the key initiatives we have coming up certainly is the pickleball project and where that is in the process. We will have a town hall on Monday, March 3rd at 11 o'clock at the event center. This will be an opportunity to answer a lot of the questions and concerns that have come up in relation to sound and noise studies that have been done, in relation to the design. What will this look like? In particular, in relation to funding, how will this impact residents? How will this be paid for? What is the long-term operating cost? We will try and drill down and give you as much detail as possible and answer those questions. Another project, alcohol and beverage control requirements for rentals that include alcohol on our property. There has been a lot of discussion. We've done a few presentations with the board, with the Activities Council. Information has been sent out, but there is a lot more still in the works. We continue to work with the Alcohol Beverage Control Board, with their directors, in trying to come to additional opportunities, solutions. We are working also with a specialty firm, a law firm focusing on ABC licensing. We hope to have some additional information, but we'll continue to provide that as it becomes available. Please do not hesitate, if you're a club having an event, to reach out and ask any of those questions. We will try and help you as best we can or advise what information we have. There are some specific rumors that go around Rossmore. One had to do with our transportation system, and there was a rumor that we weren't working with those interested in driving for Uber or Lyft. Certainly we would promote and appreciate anybody that is willing to expand the capacity of those systems. We don't control Uber or Lyft whatsoever. You have to follow their laws of contracting and so forth, but any expansion of capacity in this area certainly would be welcome. We would like to recognize the Rossmore Fund and their efforts to support transportation needs, especially on the weekends, through a program they have initiated called Easy Ride Program, which is a reimbursement program. They will reimburse you on the weekends for costs associated with an Uber or Lyft or taxi service. So look into that program as well. A great source of information for just about everything is rossmore.com. On there, you can find a link under GRF to all of our policies, rules, and procedures. Those policies have been in place for many years. They get updated through the policy committee. I thought this was relevant today because we're going to be talking about two key policies that are being considered. But under there are policies such as Policy 604 that talks about letters to the editor and supporting or opposing political candidates, and why really there are those policies in place to help support the community and those candidates. Similarly, there's Policy 604.1, which places limits on letters and articles pertaining to mutual elections. So we want to make sure that the newspaper isn't used as a tool to influence elections. There is Policy 601.2 that references editorials in the newspaper and what is permitted and what is not. So if you have an opportunity, take a look at that, whether it's related to the Rossmore News or Rossmore TV or a variety of other topics that you may be interested in. There's a full listing of all of those policies there. That's what guides us. That's what guides the board and their decision-making process. So to wrap up, we do have some employee transitions to report on this month. In January, 3 employees commenced employment with GRF. Callie Beckley, an AP/AR specialist in accounting, Nancy Mandel, administrative assistant and classified sales rep at the Rossmore News, and Joe Pasco, senior accountant in the accounting department. We have 2 employees that left employment, Deanna Clark, administrative assistant with the News, and David Crane, our building maintenance inspector. We also would like to report on 2 transitions, promotions that we have had. One, Keith Allen, who is now our building maintenance inspector, resales and alterations. He moved up from carpenter. And Jeff Doherty, who is now our application support specialist in the audience today, taking up the slack and helping with our AV support for clubhouse rentals and so forth. So that's it.
Any questions or comments? Dwight?
So Jeff, I'm troubled a little bit by the Rossmore Fund providing a service that's actually paid for with charitable contributions for a service that should be covered by the coupon. Can we get some information from the Rossmore Fund about how that program is going and whether GRF might consider reimbursing Rossmore Fund for that effort?
Yes, that is definitely something we can have a conversation with them and have their input on that.
Jeff, do you have any idea of the numbers of people that have taken advantage of that?
They did provide a report for the couple of months that has been in place. It hasn't been tremendous amount of use, but it is starting to build a little bit. So I don't have exact numbers off the top of my head.
And that is only within Rossmore, right?
Is within the Walnut Creek city limits, but it is specific hours on the weekends.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.